Hello, my name is Tamer Maher. I'm a SharePoint Premier Field Engineer based out of Washington, D.C. And I am so fortunate this week to have met up with Lisa Guthrie, who is a technology architect at Microsoft and also the program manager for the always popular SharePoint risk assessment programs. Lisa, glad to have you, and thank you so much for spending some of your busy time already to speak to us about the risk assessment program.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Wonderful. So Lisa, I know this is a great exciting time and a transitional time for us from classic risk assessments to now the online RAP as a service or risk assessment as a service. So what can you tell us about this transition and what does that mean to our customers?
Absolutely. So if you're not familiar with the risk assessment program, they've been around for about 7 or 8 years now, I think, and it's always been an on-premise model. So we've sent a Premier Field Engineer on site to a customer for anywhere from 3 days to 5 days or more, depending on the environment size, to sit down with the customer, run a tool set, gather a bunch of information about their environment, and then proactively assess their environment. So looking for potential risks or misconfigurations or issues that could lead to big problems down the road and surfacing those proactively. So the risk assessment as a service builds upon that heritage, and we do the same basic tasks, except it's much more remote now. So rather than waiting weeks or months for an engineer to come on site and meet with the customer can go, you can go at any time, download your RAS tool set, run it in your environment, and upload that data to a website where it's then analyzed by a Microsoft engineer, and you get a wrap-up phone call to go over the results and do a lot of that same analysis on your environment.
Absolutely.
So it's a much more on-demand model and allows customers to get access to our great analysis even sooner.
Absolutely, and I know from some experience, I know our classic RAP evaluates items in excess of about 600 different test cases.
Yes.
I know also you're ramping up to increase that number to even much more with the RAP as a service, right?
Yes, yes, quite possibly. We're definitely, at least for the initial releases, looking to be at least evaluate the same types of things that we evaluated in classic RAP, and then the sky's the limit in the future as we keep increasing.
That's absolutely awesome. So of course we evaluate performance, server configuration, against best practices, operational excellence, and these are some of the criteria that we usually evaluate a given customer environment at.
Yes.
So classic, we helped customers with remediation planning. We helped customers mitigate issues before they become break fixes. Does that continue with the RAP as a service?
Yes, yes it does. So once these issues are identified, you can choose to remediate them on your own as a customer or work with Microsoft to have additional services to help you remediate them. You also get a 12-month license or a 12-month subscription to that RAS tool set. So you can rerun the RAS tool set as often as you want during that 12-month period, upload the results to our site, and you can hopefully see some of those issues that were issues turning to resolved issues.
That's absolutely fantastic. So you can actually start using the RAP as a service as a benchmarking tool so that you can see your environment progress towards remediation, stability as needed, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's absolutely fantastic. So I have to ask you, Lisa, what other technologies are in the pipeline to be released in terms of risk assessments similar to our SharePoint?
Yes, so it's not just for SharePoint. We already have Active Directory, SQL, and Configuration Manager, System Center Configuration Manager, that are released and available to customers. SharePoint, as well as Exchange and Windows Desktop, are going to be coming online in the next few months here, and we've got a ton of other great technologies in the pipeline, technologies that weren't even covered by RAPs before that will now have that RAS offering.
Absolutely exciting. I'm really, really excited about the whole program. And with that, I know how busy you are. First of all, thank you so much for sparing us some time of your already busy schedule. And I can tell you, I'm so looking forward to the release of the SharePoint RAP as a service, and look forward to future recordings with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Lisa Guthrie, the technology architect at Microsoft, and also the program manager for the SharePoint RAP as a service. Thank you so much, Lisa, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.